Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Realm of Ori. In this video, we will continue with Volume 14, Chapter 3, The Capital in Turmoil, Part 1. And before we start, this video contains spoilers from the Tensura Light Novel. And by the way guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The darkness in Tidou was deep. Thanks to scientific civilization, the neatly arranged streets of the Imperial City are illuminated by gas streetlights. Even so, there are still back streets that people can't see. In the darkness of the Imperial Capital, Misha walked silently. But to do so seems like a defeat. Although Misha hadn't been careless, a man appeared to block the way. The man's name was Tensura Kondou. Where are you going in the middle of the night? Aha, it's Lieutenant Kondou. Lieutenant Kondou is the only one. Are you still working this late? In this huge Imperial Capital, it's surprising to find such a remote place to stab. No wonder he's a weirdo. The fight is not won, and the guards can't even buy time. Kondou, who suddenly appeared in front of her, seemed to be acting alone. But even that wasn't promising, and Misha struggled to find a way to escape the occasion. You're a staff officer with the head of the Calgurio army, aren't you, Misha? Why return to the Imperial Capital during a combat operation? You scared me, Lieutenant Kondou. In fact, I returned to the Imperial Capital on the secret order of Sir Calgurio. Has he been disposed of? I didn't even notice the aura of battle. What a difference in strength there is. Not good, this is too bad. There is a possibility of betrayal in Damrada. No, don't think that. Not to mention the judgment of Lord Yuki, I also have a kindness for Damrada. Misha and Damrada had a long correspondence of over 20 years. As a fellow leader of the Big Three, the leader of the secret society, Misha knows Damrada better than Yuki. It was because of this that Misha was even more confused. Thank you, Great Majesty Rudra, for allowing me the good fortune to meet you here. Lieutenant, right? Dispose of those who are hunting me. It would be difficult for me to deal with so many opponents on my own. I see. You want to go on like this. Era, am I under suspicion? I came back from that hell desperately in order to convey the information in my hands. Misha's best trick is to use her womanly charm to enchant men. Pressing her ample chest against Kondou's, showing off her charm, then peeking at Kondou's reaction. Oh, great, it looks hardcore, but Kondou is a man too. Nah, let's go somewhere better? A quieter room than this one, huh? It seems to work. The best result is to rendezvous with Damrada at the destination. If not, find a way to make him my prisoner by the skin of my hand. It was the last thought in Misha's mind. There was a crisp bang. Misha fell limp, bright red blood spilling from the left side of her head, soaking the ground. Kondou's expression didn't change, retracting the pistol as if nothing had happened. The intelligence has been extracted. With the unique skill, Reader, you can read the mind of the contacted person. Whether it was Misha's intentions, or Yuki's attempts, or even the end of an expedition to the Imperial Army. It doesn't take even a second to read the whole thing. Coup d'état, stupid. Are you still going to claim that you didn't betray His Majesty when you did this? In the darkness that should have gone unanswered, a man staggered into view. Instead of answering Kondou's questioning, he approached the fallen Misha. It was Damrada who came. Kondou, there's no need to kill her, is there? This person can still be useful to His Majesty if she is trained properly. No, the probability is 0. This woman's strength is at most 37th in the sequence, but if she can make it to the dozensth position, it's possible that she can't be of use to His Majesty. No sense in it. Leave it alone and the body will be disposed of before dawn. Answer my question faster than that. I'm not like you. I can't be separated. Naive. You're the one who's weird. See young, but why do you want to completely stifle your feelings? I have no feelings, that's all. How can? I have seen hell, and it was His Majesty Rudra who saved me from it. If you become an enemy, I will not forgive you. I am His Majesty's faithful slave and can never betray. It's hard to say, and don't forget, you've also fallen for my trick. If you want to be trusted, prove it by your actions. After saying that, Kondou also left without looking back. Damrada took one look at Misha's body and left the place as well. It's a long night in Tidou. What should be done, is not done. After that, through the hands of the intelligence service, Misha's body was disposed of without leaving a trace. The darkness of Tidou was deep, burying all events without a trace. At Yuki's instruction, Kigali immediately acted. Meticulous preparation is essential for a coup d'état. On the same day the order was issued, and in a few days important people gathered from all over the world. Nearly 30 subordinates flocked to the mansion in the Yuki imperial city. This time, it was the people who had sworn absolute allegiance to Yuki. Estimating the time when the whole group was seated in their chairs, Yuki came in with Kigali. "Ah, everybody, we're all here. Tomorrow, we are scheduled to have a meeting with the demon lord, Rimuru. Already Misha has been told to call Damrada. The details will wait until Damrada arrives." "Aren't I the only one waiting to do it? The demon lord Rimuru is too cunning to be careless. Can you believe it? No, wait. That said, it's still war, right? As a party to the war, there is no way that Rimuru the Monster King himself would have taken the time to come here." Various statements came from all corners of the venue. The Imperial army has been overwhelmed. It said that Rimuru killed all the 940,000 Imperial troops that attacked? How can that be? Too soon. Even counting the movement time, contact with the enemy is only a few days. To overthrow an empire, combat power is necessary. So I decided to join forces with Rimuru-san. Hearing this, although it was difficult to accept, people who showed understanding for Yuki began to appear. Shrewdly, they began to care about whether this information was trustworthy. "Did you bring this information from Lady Misha?" "Exactly. If I hadn't become an ally beforehand, I think Misha would have been killed too." "So it is. In that case, I'm in favor of an alliance. Although I'm unhappy with the concealment so far, the boss has its own considerations, right? We haven't considered it yet, but we lost to Guy and were forced to make a promise." "Guy? Could it be Guy Crimson? Fighting the Dark Emperor? Even the boss is a mess." "No way. I'm glad you survived." Although it caused a stir in another sense, Yuki silenced everyone. There was a lot more to say, but there wasn't enough time. "I promise I'll give a full account afterwards, so bear with me for now." Instead of that, it would be better to discuss the consultations for tomorrow's meeting and what operational action should be taken. There are guards in the Intelligence Bureau. So strictly speaking, the only people who should really be on guard are the close guards. Indeed, to be able to stand out in a sequence snatching battle, the up-and-comer is really strong. Hey, boasting about it. Aren't there traitors like you among the guards? Well, I only believe in power, but not in loyalty to an emperor who only shows off his power. The man who created this atmosphere was slightly short in stature but had a very unruly attitude. His name is Arios. "So, will Demon Lord Rimuru's reinforcements make it tomorrow?" "Yeah, it would have taken a lot of time to bring the army over, no matter how much time it took to get there. If it comes from the air, let's say it doesn't really come, does it?" A big muscular man spoke up. His name was Tolniad and he was originally a slave fighter. Would have been enslaved to death as a mining slave if not fetched by Damrada. Flying magic is extremely psychologically draining. There may be no problem with the Demon Lord, the underlying monsters may not be able to fly over. Agreeing with Tolniad was a short, teenage girl. The name is Arya, both wizards and heavy warriors. Not that, even if there was no large army left behind, a surveillance net was spread out over the Imperial Capital. If a large army presses down from the air, it will be noticed at a distance. Alright. A different perspective can be obtained by analyzing the situation through various perspectives. I've been contacted by Rimuru-san through Gadra-sensei, and there will only be a few people coming tomorrow. It seems that Rimuru-san also sees no point in demonstrating against Rudra. It's still more about quality than quantity, and the ones that come will definitely only be executives. This, to underestimate the empire? Or, are you playing with us as allies? This is more of a mouthful than a question. A woman of natural origin is a warrior named Olka. Olka, that's not true. As mentioned earlier, preparing a large army is a lot of work and doing anything will take up a lot of time. That's why it's better to let a few elite people act. That's what it is. Therefore, it is necessary to set our side of the line. Rimuru-san's thoughts, I plan to hear them at tomorrow's talks. So, it is necessary to sort out our own thoughts first. Like, what to do with Emperor Rudra and such. It's true, the only threat is to the guards. Yeah. This time, how will Rimuru-san act? He's clearly a pacifist who hates to initiate attacks on other countries. Depending on the circumstances, it may be necessary to kill the emperor, right? Too much of a hurry, Arios. Yeah, it's not good to take exclusive credit. He assembled people, got excited and even began to have people threaten to kill the emperor. There's no need to force yourself to do what's in the fire. The emperor will just give it to Rimuru-san. The people here who had been chosen by Yuki were no less powerful than the knights of the Near Guard. Not as good as the top runners, but with a numerical advantage. As for monsters like Rudra and the Marshal, it would be better to leave it to Rimuru, who had come to the war on purpose. That's presumably what Rimuru intended and should have accepted the proposal. I've kept you waiting. Heavy, calm voice resounded in the atmospheric venue. The people who heard this voice were as tight as if cold water had been poured over them. At last, Damrada, the man, Damrada, arrived at the venue.